Clerk, if you'd call the roll, please.
Mr. Waddell?
Here.
Mr. Johnstone?
Here.
Mr. Shealy?
Here.
Mr. Leskovic?
Here.
Mr. Julian?
Here.
Mr. Lastic?
Here.
Mr. Stredney?
Here.
Mr. Salito?
Here. We need a motion to amend the agenda. Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Waddell, second by Mr. Stredney. To add the correspondence that was given to Phil today.
This is a letter from an anonymous resident, Niles. It states, I want to express my gratitude for Council President Doug Salito and Duke Wheeler in zoning. They have worked nonstop for 2 months trying to simply get a neighbor to follow rules, laws, and ordinances. They've gone to the home numerous times. The homeowner will do what they say, and a couple days later, he puts everything back. He parks his vehicle in the street 24/7. He has been warned numerous times, no consequence. Cops came, shine lights on the car, and then leave. Today, May 6, 2026, Doug sent someone out, no one home, left a note giving 30 days to correct everything. Trash out, garbage piles, etc. Hopefully this will be his final warning. Thank you very much to Doug, Duke, and Phil for everything you've done to correct this unsightly lot. I wish to remain anonymous to avoid repercussions. Thank you. Lifelong resident, Niles.
Okay, can we get a motion to accept and place on file?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Stredney, second by Mr. Shealy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Today's general consent agenda.
Got a motion to accept and place on file?
Motion by Mr. Stredney,
Second.
second by Mr. Julian. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Waddell?
Yes.
Mr. Johnstone?
This is for the consent agenda?
Yeah, just all in favor.
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Leskovic?
Yeah.
Mr. Julian?
Yes.
Mr. Lastic?
Yes.
Mr. Stredney? 7 yeas.
Today's consent agenda has been adopted under council rules. Reports and communications. Public comments. Any public comments today? Come to the podium, please.
Richard Strong, 1017 Robbins Avenue. Again, I want to reiterate my thanks to Councilman Johnstone and the other council who expressed opposition to making that mixed use beyond Gilbert Robbins Avenue. I also wanted to touch on an issue that's going to come up tonight, and this is this moratorium. I think Niles has been more than clear so far that we do not want a data center. There's no reason for a moratorium. Just don't annex that property and let them fight it out in rezoning hearing over in Weathersfield. We don't need it. And so data centers, Niles just doesn't want them. The idea of we need a series of moratoriums to investigate what? Since I heard about it, I have been sincerely looking all over the internet. I can't find good stuff about them except from them. And as far as Bitdeer themselves personally go, they've got it on their website that this place is going to open in the first quarter of 2029, fully operational. We know that he talked to the mayor last August. We know that we've been talking about annexing that area for a bit. We had another councilman go on television and say that they were excited to be talking to me. Niles isn't excited, not even in the least. We don't want them here. So again, thanks to Councilman Johnstone and those who spoke against Robbins Avenue being changed from what it is. And I hope you guys do the right thing. There's no moratorium needed. Just no. Have a good day.
I'd like to respond if I can.
Go ahead, Mr. Johnstone.
So there's a two-part issue when it comes to the data centers. And I think a lot of people are kind of confusing the two, right? So when you're talking about Bitdeer specifically, that's a piece of property. And there was an annexation agreement on that property, right? We have made our stance clear. There was a public release. We have no interest in annexing the property at this time. that now becomes a Weathersfield problem, which they did pass a moratorium. Our moratorium that I'm urging council to be in favor of in our next meeting has nothing to do with Bid Deer. I want to make that clear. Nothing to do with that piece of property at all. The way your zoning is listed currently, you cannot prohibit these. Okay, so if a piece of industrial property is approached and a permit is pulled, it's coming. And there's nobody sitting up here or out there that can stop it. So what we need to do, and what I'm urging council to please consider for this vote next, for this moratorium, is to protect our current Niles property, right? So the Bid Deer property was about bringing a piece of property in through annexation. No, that now a separate thing would be property that's already here, property that's already zoned for industrial. There is nothing to stop a data center from opening up. So we have to, tonight on this legislation, we have a piece of legislation to bring in a consultant to help us draft restrictive language for these types of businesses to make sure that it is in line with the community's wants, okay? So a moratorium I still feel is incredibly necessary for current property, as well as then bringing in consultants, talking to experts, and then changing our zoning so this can't happen. So I just want to make that clear. And then as far as the person on TV who was excited to talk to Bid Deer, not at all. I said, it was me. I said, there is an annexation agreement in front of us and we are excited to explore our boundaries. We always are. Any neighboring community that wants to annex in, we just did 2 of them on Stillwagon, that expands our boundaries and your city grows. That's a positive thing. Unfortunately, the annexation agreement that was in front of us was for a data center and that soured quickly. We are always excited to talk about annexation and exploring our boundaries.
No. No, you cannot. Any other public comments?
Hi, my name is Nicholas Hall. I live 111 East Madison Ave over down by the high school. And I thoroughly enjoyed our talks earlier about the zoning in relation to Robbins Avenue. But I was curious why, after the massive turnout we had in regards to data center, why we did not have any conversation about changing the zoning for that industrial property that is still the city of Niles, to my understanding.
Mr. Johnson, do you want to answer that question?
Yes. So one of their lots is in Niles. Collectively, there's 5 lots they own. 4 of them are in Weathersfield. Only 1 is in Niles. So their 300 megawatt proposal would not fit on our lot. And the moratorium will not allow that on that lot either.
Mr. Shealy, did you have something?
I agree with Aaron there. The moratorium will prevent anything on that lot. And then the moratorium currently, once it's passed, will prevent anything in Niles until we get legislation drafted to take care of this issue.
Anything else? Any other public? Come to the podium, please, ma'am. Your name? Just your name.
Mary Crane. I just want to say I lived in Niles since 1984 and growing up was great. I see this city, it's going to hell. And both of my kids went to Niles. I've bought a house in Niles because this is where I love. I want to see better. I don't want to see a data center. I don't want to see this. I want to see businesses back downtown where you used to be able to walk to business and things for these kids to do, because you know what? There's nothing for them. And you want to know why they're on social media in so much trouble. This is why. We just passed a park levy. What's that park levy going to do? Like, what is it for the kids? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see Niles be better than what it is right now. I go down the streets, like I drive the back way to Belmont and to go to my job every day. And it's like, my car's gonna break one day. They tried to cover the holes and you're like bumpy all the way down there. Why isn't that not being paved? It's been like that since I started working at McDonald's 3 years ago. Nothing's done. Where's our money going? And then we expect you all to be here for us. And I don't feel safe with you guys. I do not. I want a better place. That's all I can say. And I don't want no data center because I've never heard anything bad about it. And they need to go back to China where they came from. Because we're not China. We're the US. If it was a US company, I'd love it. But we don't need anyone from China. Definitely not. Thanks.
We touch on one thing that she said.
Sure, if you'd like to follow
Mr.
up.
Merlot, I think it's a better question for you, though. What is the operating budget for the park department?
About 1.6 million,
What do we bring in through the levy?
$280,000.
Well,
Did she ever tell you?
I'm glad you brought that up. It's on tonight's agenda to bring the fireworks back.
Shut her down. Shut her down. Well, she did leave you for a
I
time.
agree. I went too. I agree with you. Me too. I totally agree. I totally agree with you. And tonight we are taking the first steps to put some of that back in. There will be an event downtown
All right.
for the 4th of July. There will be
All right,
fireworks.
we're gonna move on now to the next.
Well,
step.
hold on. I just want to stress that point
We're
that
not
we
gonna get
have
it.
an operating budget of over $1 million for our parks, and the levy, although it helps, and we are greatly appreciative that everyone passed our park levy, it is a very, very small portion of what it takes to run our parks as it. So I do understand your frustration, but stick around because tonight we are going to vote on something for the 4th. I think you'll like.
Any other public comments? State your name, please.
My name's Lou Gerke. Yeah, I brought up, speaking of the streets, I brought up an issue about, I own a lot of rentals now. I have a place behind the Red Dragon Convenient. I brought up, it's been 2 years that the mayor even agreed, yeah, that's terrible, that this would be fixed. Still, 2 years later, it's so bad. I talked with Doug about this. He just commented, he drove down there and the car bottoms out driving down this road.
About the spot behind the old Chef Peng's, correct?
Yeah,
Is
Yeah,
that a-
the
is that
alley.
a street or is that an alley? What is that considered?
I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
an
It's
alley, but I'm being
black,
told
it's
considered a
asphalt.
Street.
It's asphalt. Well, it was asphalt. I mean, it's so much stone and stuff in there now that, I mean, it's terrible. If you would drive down there, and I've heard, I've talked to Bobby Ward about it because the mayor said, bring him, go down there and fill the holes. How do you fill those holes? You better send triaxle dump trucks down there. I mean, it is so bad that I don't understand why it hasn't been repaired in 2 years' time of back and forth over this.
Well, Lou, we don't have the mayor here today, so I'm gonna see if Mr. Flaherty can speak on that behalf. Do you know where he's talking about? It's behind the Red Dragon Convenient, and I don't know, is that an alley or a street? Is that? What we got is Red Dragon Convenient is obviously a flourishing business there. We have Chef Peng, a business we're trying to sell, the building at least. And it's not going to be very marketable, I'll tell you at least, because it's undrivable going down. I was told before it's considered a street. Now, I guess Phil will have to research that and let us know if it is, but. Well, I went down it like you asked, and cold patching is not gonna fix it, because the holes are just too large.
President Salito, you also mentioned the old Chef Pang, which you're trying to sell. I think a lot easier for them to market and sell it if we were to.
Agree,
help.
that's what I was saying, Aaron, I agree with you, and well, and to Aaron's point, economic development is trying to get the businesses sold there and new ones coming in, and till we make it a little more marketable at those roads. I mean, something, I know we keep talking about it, but something needs to happen here soon. And I don't know the plan. I don't know if council would, and at some point, I know they don't want to commit to it now if they want a lot money to get that alleyway
I
done.
think we need to know what the number would be. The first step would be to have some engineering designs done and see what the cost would be. I don't know. It's hard to tell you, yeah, we're gonna get on it this summer without knowing that price.
To agree with Councilman Johnstone, if we could get a study of some sort to get a price and then figure out where we're at and if there's somewhere that money can be shifted over, et cetera. So I do think your concerns being held loud and clear. And it is a problem, and again, something we're trying to get a business sold and everything. So that being said, I'm sure that council's gonna find, at least get numbers to see if it's something's feasible, right? Give us a meeting or two, and then they should, maybe we can get it approved and speak with the mayor about getting it to go out for a study of some sort to see financially how large it is, because it is, there's residents there that are bottoming out, as well as Dragon Convenient, as well as trying to get the business sold. So right now it's a property that's just not being utilized properly. So-
President Salito, doesn't that go all the way to the Duncan and all that, right? Like, point of bringing that up is we have residential and we have current businesses there that we need to support. And we also have future businesses that we want to make attractive to hopefully build that too. So we talk a lot about what government can do for development and spark some of that interest. This might be it. Again, it might not be this year. I hope, I don't want to make any, I'll never make a promise I can't keep, but I think we need to at least get a number. Yeah.
But that's a good point with Duncan being there and Red Dragon and trying to get another. Yeah, you don't want to potentially lose a Duncan or things of that sort because people can't get through there, so. Your Lou, if you don't have anything else, your concerns are, and I'm sure they'll be addressed. Mr. Jordan? Public comments?
Carl Jordan, 27 Andrea Boulevard. Real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out. Last Saturday, they did the community cleanup. Jimmy started that. This gentleman here was also there, dressed up, suit to a T, like he always is. Don't know how he didn't get a bit of dirt on him. One thing I did want to say is I know there were some other folks that had some scheduling online. There was a lot of shade throwing towards who the person was organizing it or what was being done. The issue I have with that is that he's doing what he was elected to do, and that was to clean up the city. And what I can say to those people that have something bad to say about it, you had time to sit and comment negatively on a post on Facebook, then you've got time to lace up and come on down and help. You want the city to be clean. You want the city to look nice. You say you care about the city. Don't talk about it, be about it. They're doing it again on Saturday. I'll be there. I'm sure he will be there as well. Dressed to a T again. He always looks, you can't knock the man. He always dressed nice. So it is happening again Saturday. I know it's supposed to rain. Hopefully we can beat the rain. I'll be down there. Welcome anybody else that wants to come down and help out. We did get quite a bit. And I'll give kudos to the city worker. His name's Joe, showed up in a pickup truck, threw everything in the back of the bed of the truck for us, took it over to the dumpsters so that we didn't have to lug it across the street. So I think it's 12 to 3 again Saturday.
12 to 3.
Welcome anybody that, wants to help clean up, making a little bit of difference at a time.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Rocky? Get the crowd so they can hear. John. No, it's for the people on the Zoom.
Button.
Yeah.
You good? All right. My name's Rocky Bowell. I live on Cherry Avenue. I'm in Niles here. Been a resident my entire life. I'm commander of the American Legion William McKinley Post, 6 in Niles. I'm also going to represent the VFW 2074. Us veterans, we're getting old. And we're dwindling. Our posts are dwindling fast. The reason I'm here is we have Memorial Day coming up. Hope to see everybody there, by the way. My problem is we install flags every year at these graves in Niles City Cemetery. The 106 of the American Legion, we normally handle the veterans section. There's 540 graves in there. I usually have the middle school football team comes down and we install them flags. The problem is the remainder of the cemetery. The city's going to get a bunch of calls this year if we don't find some people to come down and help instruct these students from Niles McKinley High School to help put these flags in these graves in the remainder of the cemetery. There's probably 1,100 additional graves in the remainder of the cemetery that need attention. I'm trying to recruit some of these younger council members to come down and help us. On the 16th at 10 o'clock in the morning is when we're going to try to get this done. I don't know if anybody ordered flags, but I do have an individual going to pick them up tomorrow at the Trumbull County Veterans Service Commission. So we're going to try to get that handled. This is probably going to be my last year as commander of this post. I've been doing it 20 years now, and my health is failing a little bit, so I have to back up a little bit. Hopefully this younger generation of veterans start stepping up a little bit and taking a little bit of control with the organizations. There's only 2 of us left in this city, the American Legion and the VFW post. The rest of them all folded. So hopefully you can help out, and any help that you folks would like to come and help out, much appreciated. All we have to do is instruct the students. They'll take care of the work. All we have to do is make sure that they go up and down these lines of these graves and put the flags in on the veterans post. Thank you for your time today.
Rocky, before you go, I just want to thank you for what you do. I've been helping you for, I don't know how many years, doing that. You guys are a well-oiled machine on when it comes to placing the flags. And the way we get those volunteers from the high school, middle school, and even community members that come. And I know this year, it looks like it's a week earlier because of the way the days fall. So any help we can get from the community, council members, anything, they really do a great job to help our veterans. And it's not just the veteran section, like Rocky said, it is the other 1,200 graves we have in that cemetery. But I appreciate everything you do, appreciate everything the both veterans associations do for us.
And those that
That's it.
don't,
Hey, Rock. I just want to add to that, Rocco, I'm gonna see if I can recruit some of the guys down at the plant where I work to possibly come down and help. All right? He has the kids, what he needs help with is they need adults to help direct the kids and guide them and help them through this.
Any other public comments? Any other public comments? Seeing none, we're going to go to today's presentation of legislation. Clerk, read the today's.
The following draft will be brought to the floor for the second time. Draft 7226, an ordinance updating City of Niles permit fees and Niles Fire Code fee schedule and creating Niles codified ordinances 171 and 172 for each fee schedule respectively and declaring an emergency.
Motion for a second reading.
I second that.
Motion for second reading by Mr. Julian, second by Mr. Shealy. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Waddell?
Yes.
Mr. Johnstone?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Leskovic?
Yes.
Mr. Julian?
Yes.
Mr. Lastic?
Yes.
Mr. Stredney?
Yes.
7 yeas.
Draft 72-26 has received a second reading. Clerk, today's consent agenda, please.
The following drafts will be part of the consent agenda passed together with suspension of 3 readings and adopted as an emergency as applicable in the corresponding legislation language. Amended Draft 5826, an ordinance authorizing the transfer of unused lands owned by the City of Niles to Trumbull County Land Reutilization Corporation. Draft 6626, an ordinance authorizing the City of Niles to enter into a tax increment financing agreement with JRD Holdings Partnership for Phase 2 of the development of the TIF Incentive District. Draft 7626, an ordinance authorizing the Mayor of Niles to enter into the 2026 CHIP partnership with the cities of Girard, Hubbard, and Cortland for the 2026 Community Housing Impact and Preservation Program funds with the Ohio Development Services Agency Office of Community Enhancements. Draft 7726, an ordinance approving a then and now payment request for Main Light Electric for emergency storm damage overhead line repairs. Draft 7826, an ordinance approving a then and now payment request for Charter Spectrum for emergency relocation of services and power line. Draft 7926, a resolution temporarily suspending applications for data centers in the City of Niles. Draft 8026, an ordinance authorizing the service director to enter a lease for printers, copiers, and a service maintenance contract. Draft 8126, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of funds from the unappropriated general, street, and sewer fund to the gasoline account. Draft 8226, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of funds from the unappropriated cemetery fund for repair of wind damage to the mausoleum. Draft 8326, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of funds from the unappropriated general fund for consulting services to amend Niles zoning code for data center regulations. Draft 8426, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of funds from the unappropriated general fund for purchase of fireworks in support of the downtown public square ribbon cutting for the 4th of July. Draft 8526, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of funds from the unappropriated computer fund for PERS.
I make a motion to
Questions or
suspend and adopt.
Any questions or comments first? Council, any questions, comments? Got a motion to suspend and adopt by Mr. Johnstone.
Second.
Second by Mr. Shealy. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Waddell?
Yes.
Mr. Johnstone?
Yes.
Mr. Shealy?
Yes.
Mr. Leskovic?
Yes.
Mr. Julian?
Yes.
Mr. Lastic? Mr. Stredney?
Yes.
7 yeas.
The consent agenda has been adopted under council rules. Any comments today, Mr. Auditor?
Just a couple. Just going back to your legislation, you notice the gasoline appropriations. We all know where we are with gas. Some of those funds that we're talking about in that legislation, they've used gas already this year from what they used prior year. So that cost of gas is just affecting us right now. So as we go out through the year, we'll monitor that even more. So just wanted to bring your attention to that. Secondly, working with Councilman Johnstone and other members of council, we talked about in the budget around the 4th of July and coordinating things for Public Square with the administration, council members. We were able to secure and talk to a fireworks display company for the 4th of July celebration. I know we're going to have a parade. We're going to have ribbon cutting at Public Square. We're going to have the car show that Mr. Petrillo is putting on to bring and have things downtown, as the woman mentioned earlier tonight about having things downtown. So I want to thank council for their support in that. We were able to luckily secure someone to do fireworks so late in the game, not knowing what that was going to look like. So we are taking donations. If anyone would like to help sponsor that firework event, we do have, I know one for sure that is committed to help sponsor that, and that is Wholesale Fireworks. So they're helping sponsor that event for the firework display. So thank you everyone for helping support that through the budget process as well.
Mr. Zuzolo, you had something?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate my clerk of courts and my soon-to-be assistant law director who just passed the bar.
Oh, thank you.
And Rocky, I'll see you on the 16th.
Abby, do you have anything? Mr. Safety Director? Mr. Service Director?
Street Superintendent Bob Ward said he's going to make an effort to get that alley patched up here within the next week or so.
Officer Green, do you have anything on behalf of the chief? Fire chief? Mr. Waddell?
No comments.
Mr. Johnstone?
I have a couple things I'd like to touch. Last Friday, we were invited to a housing symposium. It's called Housing in the Mahoning Valley, Aligning Growth, Workforce, and Community Needs. It was put on by a group of realtors, and it was very informative. They've had someone from the Ohio Federal Reserve was there. They had someone from Ohio State University. There was a lot of statistics and a lot of stuff thrown at us. But the one thing I wanted to bring back to the residents and let you know is everything that they were talking about as being a problem for different communities when addressing housing concerns. They mentioned permitting, zoning, tax incentives. It was literally everything that we sat there and heard. Niles is ahead of the curve, right? And the one question that I asked was, okay, we have these tools, but we need to now market that to these realtors, to these developers, to let them know that these tools are in our toolbox and available to them. There was a lot of great information. If anyone would like to have any updates on that, I'd be more than happy to share with you. But it was so nice to sit there and hear other communities and what they're trying to do and know that we've already addressed 99% of all of them. It was Niles is in a good position when it comes to their housing. I just we need to now get that message out there and partner with some developers and some real estate agents. The other thing I'd like to mention is Niles graduation day is going to be Sunday, May 17th at 1 p.m. Just wanted to put that out there and congratulate all of our Niles graduates.
Shealy?
So I just had a few things here, with everything that's going on downtown, and to touch on what Mr. Merlot said, that they're going to do something special here with fireworks and everything else. I'm very happy to see that. When I was a kid, I didn't grow up in Niles. I grew up on 116 acres out on Austin Town Warren Road. And growing up, we used to come to Niles to go to the pool and everything and enjoy all the things that they had. And we'd come down here to this festival that they'd have every year. And my mother-in-law, she lives right there on Highland Avenue. So every year our 4th of July was at my mother-in-law's place, and we just go down into the park, and I became a Niles resident, and this is my home. This is where my wife wants to be, and I want to see it better. But unfortunately, we've lost some things. A lot of us weren't here on this council when this happened. But moving forward, there's a lot of great things going on. And I know we still have a long way to go. And as far as some of the roads over here, Mahoning, a big section of that's getting paved. This year, it's getting milled out and paved where it needs. And we have been paving these roads. We've been doing the best that we can with what we have. And I understand, I get frustrated. I live over there. I have to drive down Mahoning. And it beats up my truck. I have to drive down the other streets. It does get frustrating. but we are doing the best that we can with what we have. And I do appreciate, that everybody gets upset about it, but we're moving forward. We're trying to make Niles a better place. We're trying to make the best that we can, a difference for our community.
Frank?
I agree, with everything you just said.
Mr. Julian?
Yeah, just echoing what Mr. Jordan said. The rescheduled community cleanup will be at this Saturday, 12 to 3 at the bike trailhead. I hope to see many of you guys there.
Mr. Lastic? Mr. Stredden?
Just one thing, Bear and I tomorrow have a CIC meeting at 4:30 at the Wellness Center. If anybody wants to join us, come on down.
Get two things. Even though we don't have the crowd we had before, I think it was overwhelming to see the citizens show up as they did on the data center issue, and their voice has been heard loud and clear, because I've always said you're elected by the people, for the people, and your voice has been noticed, and I don't believe that that'll get ignored. And secondly, I want to wish Mr. Stridney good luck as he passed the primary now and into the general election in November as our next Trumbull County Auditor.
Yeah, Mr. President, can I add one more thing? And it goes back to that meeting. I will 100% thank everybody that came. That I don't know if anybody else has watched different videos of data center meetings going way out of control. For the most part, I mean, there was several hundred people here, and it couldn't have went, I don't think, hardly any better, But I just appreciate everyone's decorum and the opportunity to listen and to discuss, and it was just nice that, I know it was an emotional evening for many, but it was nice that there was no issues. So thank you.
Second, I think the meeting was well ran. We had everybody participated without any serious conflict. Do we get a motion to adjourn? All in favor?